whose best friend was once a stranger?
Here we go again.
Okay, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Kind of get my point here. I mean, everybody's strangers until you choose not to be, right? Okay? One of the things I love about ICGN is besides the fact that I have met some of my best friends in the world in this company, is that, we have teams, right? Who here's on a team? All right? If you think you're not, you are, because there's one team, Team Green, right? And it's all of us. But I love that I can go to an event, and I've never met, 90% of people on my team. And they run up to me and hug me, and we're like talking and yada, 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 and they're like, it's so nice to finally meet you. I'm like, what are you talking about? We've been friends forever. Like, what are we talking about? And then I realized, oh my gosh, I've only messaged on Facebook. Like, I thought we were best friends. Oops, sorry. Guys, we make this so much harder. This woman taught me, and this is the picture, guys. I wish I had a picture of her, but we didn't have cell phones back then, But Nana taught me how to love people, and how to see them, and how to just love through hugs. You can pass so much information through a handshake. So much information, energy, emotion, just through a handshake. All right? Back in the day, they used to take the elderly that were really struggling, and they took these preemies, newborn babies that were struggling and maybe not going to survive. And they would take them, and the older people would come in and just massage them in the NICU. They would just kind of rub their backs and stuff. And guess what? Both parties started to do better. The elderly started to improve. The babies improved more rapidly, just from touch, just from love. Okay, is this a simple concept? Yeah, it is. Okay, Papa Roach. So I lived in Philadelphia for a while. I was a flight attendant. Remember that round peg, or round, whatever, square peg and round hole? I've done everything, guys. There's no way anybody in here has had more jobs than I have. I bet my life on it. Okay, I've done everything. I've had jobs that lasted 3 hours, and I was like, I mastered that. I'm out of here. Because if you're not challenging me, I'm gone. Like, I can't handle it. So I was a flight attendant, and 6 months later, I was like, I got that done. But I was a flight attendant. I lived in Philadelphia for a year, and while I was there, my very first week, we were at the hotel until we could find a place. Well, I went downstairs, and my flight attendant friends were a lot different than me. Okay, I grew up in a different lifestyle. Okay, let's just say that. And they were doing their stuff and partying and having their fun. And I go down to the lobby, and there's my friends, right? My new friends, and they're surrounded by all these bikers, right? There was like an AA meeting happening, and all these bikers were at this hotel, and one stood out in particular, and he had the beard like down to his knees. It was like all braided, full stuff in it. I mean, he had the cap on, he had the tattoos and the chains and the mean, scary-looking boots, and he was, I don't know how old he was. I mean, he could have been 40, but the wrinkles and lifestyle looked like he was like 80. So, and he had the tattoos everywhere. All right? And so I started walking up to this group, and I was being judgmental. I immediately judged a book by its cover. But being who I am, I had to go say hi, I had to be polite. And so I went and started talking. And something happened. I looked up into his face, and I saw his eyes. And I looked into those eyes, and everything shifted after that. See, Papa Roach became one of my best friends. And up until a couple years ago when he died, we were in communication for years and years and years. All right? Because I was in Philadelphia. I was in a place that didn't really want me. And I was doing a job that I didn't really like, that I wasn't really connected to. And I was away from my family. I was in a really bad place. Well, he had stopped drinking. He lost his daughter in a car accident. He was drunk, and he lost his daughter, the love of his life. And I filled a hole in his life, as he filled a hole in mine. And so what I learned from this man is that you look other people in the eyes, and you see into their soul. Each one of us has the ability to do that, to really look at people, to watch their body language, and to learn more about them. We can learn a lot just from animals. Animals are triggered by instinct. They're triggered by body language, right? Okay? Same thing with people, right? What are you doing when you're around people? Are you really looking at them? Are you seeing who they are, or are you just seeing the superficial? crazy, stressed out mom. She's yelling at her kids. What a bad mom. I should judge her. Right? Are you seeing a businessman who's running around frantically and you're just judging him for whatever? Like he's obsessed with money and power. Right? What are we doing? Why are we judging each other so harshly? Is it because we judge ourselves so harshly? Yeah, it is. Okay? And so the second principle that I want you to really understand is that we are here not to judge, but to lift, to see, to wake up the giants sleeping in other people. Like, that is the greatest thing we can do in this industry, is really see who someone is, see their potential, see what they have to offer the world, and bring it out of them. Right? David Wood says, we don't attract the best people in Isogenics. We bring out the best in people. Is that true? So next time you're looking at that person and you judge, stop. Stop yourself. It's not okay. It's not. We are human beings, and we're here to lift each other. And until you get real comfortable, getting uncomfortable, and being courageous, and being the person to go first, the first person to dance, the first person to talk in an elevator, the first person to talk in the grocery store line, when you can understand the power of that ability, that is when you're going to really take off. Because this business is just about connecting. It's about filling needs. So many of you want to run around selling. You want to run around and sell. I have a product. I want to get you. I want you to work my business. Right? We're out there trying to get people. We're out there trying to sell people. The reality is, people just want their stories to be heard. People just want to be seen. People just want to know that you believe in them, that you care about them. Right? Who agrees with this? Okay? Who here feels like somebody has seen them differently since being in Isogenics? That somebody poured into them and saw something great in that potential inside of them? Right? Who here has been affected by that? Right? And yet, raise your hand if that has been your priority. Raise your hand if that's been your priority, to look at other people, to find their greatness, to wake them up, and to really pour belief into them. It's okay if it hasn't been. Thank you guys for being honest. It's okay, because in network marketing, and Isogenics in particular, the more we lift them up, the more it lifts us, right? The more we get them paid, the more it pays us. The more we help them overcome their crap, the more we overcome our crap, right? The greater we make them, the greater we become. This is a giving business. Leaders lead by service, by love, by compassion, by seeing others. So, this next little challenge is going to be a lot harder for you. A lot harder, but you promised to play it 100%. So I hope everybody has a partner. I want you, for the next few seconds, like 30 seconds, I'm going to really push you here. I want you to look at your partner, and I want you to look into their eyes. And the first reaction is you're going to want to laugh about it. Because laughter makes it less uncomfortable. Alright? You're going to want to joke this away like Trisha's just making us do something silly. My challenge to you is to play at 100%, to really look at each other. Don't talk. Don't laugh. Just look. And it's going to take a while, but I promise, within that 30 seconds, you're going to find that you can visually see the walls come down. And you're going to see something you didn't see before. Ready? Go. I'm hearing you comfortable laughter. You can do this. Thank you guys. I am you know that same exercise can happen in 5 seconds? If you're intentional, if you really want to see something special. Do you know that I walk in from the grocery store, and I'm not a weirdo, guys, I'm not like, so keep that out of your head. I'm not like freaking people out here, all right? These people have to turn roll, so obviously I'm not scary, right? But guys, you can in 5 seconds walking by a stranger, and with intent, smiling at them and really just pouring belief in that energy. Like, I see you, and I think you're beautiful. If you can do that in 5 seconds, guys, and I promise you, people like take double looks at me. They're like, but it's not weird. They're just like, something just happened. It doesn't happen very often, and they get it. They feel it, right? One time, I had one negative response, one, and it was like some old cranky lady. She was like, "What's your problem?" Like, I was just smiling, and she's like, "Yeah, what's your problem?" It's like, "Kind of fun." One, I mean, out of hundreds of times, I've had one bad thing. So guys, it's gonna happen, but that's their problem, not yours, right? I mean, yeah, she might have like pulled out her mace. She had a wall, let's say, or a wall, okay? And I don't want to freak out the cash register by like having this moment with one of her customers. But anyway, all right? So the power of sight is so important. And everybody has the ability to strengthen this muscle. This is, guys, the things I'm teaching you, they are simple, but they do require practice. They do require intent. A lot of you are going to leave today and you're going to forget to do these things. Because, again, you just think it's too simple. It can't be that impactful. Well, I promise you, the team that I have and the retention that I have is due to the love our team feels for each other and how we see each other. Because we're not just trying to get people. We're trying to awaken giants to join us in this movement of humanity, of being human again, connecting with other individuals. I have a quick little video here that I want you guys to watch. Okay, I want you guys to just watch this for a second, and then I'm going to close with just a few more thoughts so we can move along.
I always thought people were so cute when they have the little cheeks and they're like rosy, but mine are pretty plain. If I was going to change one feature about my face, I would say that I would want fuller lips.
I'm definitely a person that looks tired when I'm tired, and when people say that, I immediately like, oh man. I'm starting to already get little crow's feet and stuff, which like my mom has, so yeah.
I'm a forensic artist. I was trained at the FBI Academy in 1993 in compound art. Worked for the San Jose Police Department as the police artist from 1995 to 2011.
We didn't really know what we were doing, so that was nerve-wracking for everyone.
I showed up to a place I'd never been and walked into this big warehouse, and at the very end there was a guy with his back to me with a drafting board.
I had a curtain separating me so that I don't see him. We'll begin. First of all, tell me about your hair.
Brown, long, I guess a little bit past my shoulders.
Your jaw.
My mom told me I had a big jaw. Yeah, the brown eyebrows, dark brown eyebrows. I didn't know what he was doing, but then I could tell after several questions that he was drawing me.
Tell me about your chin.
I guess I haven't really compared it to anyone else's chin, but especially when like I smile, I just feel like it kind of protrudes a little bit.
What would be your most prominent feature?
Kind of have a fat, rounder face.
The older I've gotten, the more freckles I've gotten.
You sort of realize, oh man, now I have to talk about myself and think about my looks.
I'm 40, so I'm starting to get a little bit of the crow's feet thing going on.
Once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they leave. I don't see them.
I still didn't know. All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face.
She was thin, so you could see her cheekbones. And her chin was a nice, thin chin.
The women were really critical about moles or scars or things like that, and yet they were describing just a normal, beautiful person.
She had nice eyes. They lit up when she spoke and were very expressive.
The length of the nose, what is that like?
It's short.
Short.
Yeah, cute.
Her face was fairly thin.
She had blue eyes, very nice blue eyes.
So this is your self-described image? And then somebody else described you in like this sketch.
I have this whole thing about having dark circles and crow's feet around my eyes, and that was not part of the sketch at all that the stranger did. The stranger's was a little more like gentle.
It's very different. Just very strange. She looks closed off and fatter. Just looks kind of shut down. Fatter too. The second one is more
I
beautiful.
think they're catching more of that from you.
Yeah, yeah. She looks more open and friendly and happy. I've come a long way in how I've seen myself, but I think I still have some way to go. I have some work to do on myself.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah.
Chloe's perception was so clearly different. Her picture looked like somebody I thought I would want to talk to and be friends with, like a happy, light, much younger, much brighter person. It's troubling. I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices in the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. Couldn't be more critical to your happiness.
Our self-perceptions are generally kind of harsh and unbecoming when really that's not how the world sees us. We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right, and we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
Okay. So what if our job was just as simple as seeing people for who they really are, or looking past the facade, looking past the masks that people wear, because we all wear masks in one way or another. And our job is to first remove the masks off ourselves and then see past others so that we can really help them. How can we help anybody if we don't really know who they are or see who they are? Right? What if instead of trying to sell isogenics to people, your main job is just being like the best friend in the world? What if your superhero power was just making friends? People ask me what I do sometimes, and I say, I make friends. I'm a friend maker. And I connect people. I'm like a best friend maker. I do a lot of things. But that, honestly, is the most important thing that I do. Right? And so when I'm talking to a stranger, I can say simple things like, your energy is incredible. I would love to work with you. Can we connect on Facebook? Wow. themselves up to you if you're willing to ask and listen. Right? Every single one of you today, by the end of the night, could get 10 strangers' phone numbers. Every single one of you. If you're willing to just do those two little things. Be real, be authentic, listen to a need, and simply invite them to look at your solution or be friends with you. Right? You don't even have to mention Isogenics. A lot of people that are in my business came into Isogenics much, much later. We developed a friendship, and that friendship took a while to develop. I have people that took 2 years to develop them. But this is an impactful thing, guys. If you're doing this every single day for months, for years, you have a constant flow of new friends. You have a constant flow of new prospects, new contact information. And all of that contact, all that information is funneling. And over time, it turns into enrollments. So will you see this effect immediately? Maybe not. But I promise you, if you do it every single day, over the next few months, you will see an impact in your business center. And in your life, more importantly. I'm going to close with these 3 little guys real quick. This is my son Hiram. He came blazing into the world in 4 hours, right? I told my husband births were slow, especially for the first time. I lied. It was like the movies. He barely made it to the hospital. And this guy sees everything. He would not let me snuggle him. He always wanted to see the world. He couldn't handle not seeing what was going on around him. All right? This little guy, Glenn, 24 hours. Guys, and granted, all these kids came naturally. All right? That was my choice. Right? I want to be in control. So they all came naturally, 24 hours. This kid could care less about the outside world. All he wants is mom. He is sensitive, sweet. His favorite colors are pink and sparkles. We're working on it. But you know what? And I love him for who he is, a gentle giant who sees and loves people. All right? And finally, the destroyer. Dean, 2 hours. He is tremendous. And he is going to have a huge impact in the world. My question to you guys are the following. These 3 men mean everything to me. They are my world. And Isogenics has been a vehicle to me that when they're adults, they can come to me and I can look them in the eyes and I can say, boys, don't you worry about a thing. Money, not a problem. I got you. What do you want to do in this world? How do you want to make this world better? That is a gift that Isogenics has given me. That is a gift that it's given my family. My boys are being raised in a different world where friends and impact and love and service is everything. There's nothing more important. But are these guys safe with you? Because the mama bear comes out, and every one of us understand that. We want to protect our kids, our family, our friends, our loved ones. Are they safe with you? When you see them on the streets, are you going to shut down and not look at them? Or are you going to pour belief into these guys? Because every single person that walks the street belongs to somebody. Everybody is loved by somebody. And I guarantee you there are parents out there praying that somebody will just love their children. That somebody will see them for who they really are. That is my invitation to you. I'm here to wake you up and to challenge you to do the same to others. Thank you guys so much for your time. Help me welcome Laura and Scott.
Trisha.
I turned around and I saw my husband staring at our amazing friend and manager of our gyms, Jillian, and they were crying.
We were crying.
They were crying. So just that look, and I mean, we're going to talk about something important today, but I just realized that, you know, your thought cloud, when you walk in a room and you glance at someone, your thought cloud is from your energy. It's from your belief. So when you guys are staring at each other, it's not really just your thoughts coming out, it's your beliefs about that other person are being transferred. It's so amazing. That's what we're about to talk about. So go ahead. We're going to fight over the mic.
I think before we start, we're here to talk about network marketing. And I mean, we've been joking at each other over the last couple of days. And you've heard this theme repeatedly throughout the morning, biggest skeptics. And I want to get this out of the way to start. I've never said this out loud yet. My name is Scott, and I'm a network marketer. You don't really understand how big that is for us. We've been in this company now for going on almost 6 years, and for the first 4 years, we shunned network marketing. We said, we are not that crazy people. We do not do that. We do not understand what the hell they are even talking about. How are they so excited? Why are they dancing? That is not my identity. All right, that's where we come from as far as network marketing. Do you want to start?
We'll talk about our story, but before we get started, I'd love to get some shout outs from the audience. What do you believe when you hear the words network marketing today, as you know it today? What are some words that come to mind? Shout out. Freedom. Opportunity. Lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yes.
Residual income.
Yes.
Residual. Residual. Right, saying it's sexy. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want everybody to raise the number, 10 being the highest in belief. What number are you? Raise it proud. In network marketing today, 10. I see lots of 10s. Are you feeling 10s? 8s. Are you negative? Anyone negative? -2? We were about -2 or 4 when we first started.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about that next. So let's go back to that time. Whether you're new or just let's think about that time when you first got introduced to isogenics and you're like, no, I just want products, I just want to drop a couple pounds. What did some words that, tell me some words that come to mind when you think about what you initially thought about network marketing. What were some words? Pyramid scheme.
Harassing people. Scamish. Secret. Yes. Lack of understanding.
So what I have to ask you then is, if that was your lens then, and all of you have lots of 10s that I just saw now, how come when we go to approach someone about the business, we are creating a power struggle of thoughts and words? And how do I, a real but it's the best thing, and don't you see what I see? So I want you guys to think about this picture of a property, because we just moved, literally, we live the closest to here then. We probably had the shortest commute. We live only a few blocks from here now. And there's a house being redone right across from us. Not quite like that. And when you look at it, 2 people could be looking at that very same property, and one person sees it as a dilapidated house. The other person sees it as a huge opportunity. But when you go up to that person, you're like, oh my gosh, look at that house, it's amazing, I want to buy it, I could turn it into a $2 million house. And they're like, Laura, what?
Are you nuts?
Don't you see what I see? I'm a 10, I see this house like a 10. Don't you see? So what I want you guys to think about about is that number that you're at creates your lens. It creates the lens that you want to suddenly just put those glasses on the person that you're talking to. You wish you could just take them off your face, put them on their head, and say, don't you see what I see? Isn't it so obvious? So the disconnect between this, where you were at, our -4, and where we're at now, a 10. I mean, today, now I can finally say, after today, we will be a 10. Because we're facing it today. So we're going to talk today about how to change the lens. Real strategies on how to put those glasses on other people in a really gentle way. That sound good?
Yes.
That sound good?
Yeah.
For those of you who are saying, how do I attract business builders? And we're like, gosh, there's so many potential business builders now. What happens? It's this. It's this right here. It all comes down to one thing. Before I go back there, let's dive a little deeper about our closet user experience. So many people came up today. Every single person here that's even training said, we just started with the products. If you even try to make me look at that house like it's $1 million house, you're nuts. This was us. Okay?
So when we started Isogenics, we were approached by a good friend of ours, and we were all, the first thing that came to mind was we are clean eaters. Like we've always been healthy, we've always worked out, we've always ate correctly. We don't need this. However, Laura, after having our third child, we just could not get the final 10 pounds off of her, and we're like, let's just give this a try because, we've tried everything. Now we can finally prove this girl wrong and tell her that, no, this isn't as good as she thought it was going to be. So we started with it right off the bat. 12 days in, Laura lost her 10 pounds. I was feeling better in the gym. We both looked at each other, we're like, this is amazing. We started, people started asking, Laura, I saw you 2 weeks ago. You look different, you seem different. So we shared it. We did end up sharing it with some people, but this is what we did.
I would get their order form, Social Security, everything, credit card. This is all like, friends and neighbors. Was going to graduation parties, stuff like that. This is years ago. I would ship the boxes to my house. I would pull out all the Isogenics brochures. I would hand deliver the boxes to their house. So when you guys say that you were skeptics,
You have no idea.
we were skeptics. I wanted nothing to do with anyone opening up a brochure and even seeing that there was a potential thought that I sold this to them. Like the girl who sold it to me that I'm so grateful for now. Okay. So this was our lens. So the lens happens based on your experiences in life, right? And the thoughts that you have are based on the beliefs that you have based on experiences. What happened to us?
So we've been fortunate enough to be approached for many years by different people in network marketing business. And it was always in a very odd way. We were always uncomfortable with them talking to us. We were like, what do these people want? Like, they would invite us to dinners. They wouldn't tell us what it was for. They would, they would just hide all of this stuff. And we would get there and we would be like, oh, shit, I know. Really? Like, what is this?
What are we losing?
Yeah, it was literally for a while there was like every couple of months someone would approach us with something else. And we were like, what the heck, dude? No. And that's what really became our lens. Network marketing was weird. That's what we felt. Network marketing was weird. We were entrepreneurs, right? We were entrepreneurs building a successful business. But we were like, that is just weird. And then we started getting into Isogenics.
And the last straw was one of our neighbors inviting us over for some neighborhood party, trying to sell some video conferencing phone.
And I remember telling Laura, I'm like, Laura, this is another one of these freaking meetings. I'm going to just go crazy. And it was. And I was crazy. I was not a happy camper.
So you can only imagine my good friend Bethany house when she went to call us every couple months, as even closet users of this stuff, hand delivering boxes to people. And she would be like, all right, when we started, we were growing an education technology company for kids nationally. Sorry, Bethany, too busy. There's no way that I'd look at the business. Okay, too busy. Oh, having my first child, too busy. Second child, too busy. Third child, way too busy. Now we're launching a fitness business. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, why aren't you offering this stuff? No, had an in-house nutritionist. She was making meal plans. We were closet users opening gyms. No one was a bigger skeptic at this.
And one of my biggest skepticism towards being a network marketer was how simple it was. I grew up in a family where we worked hard. Like, it was supposed to be a struggle to be successful. And they were very successful. My family's been very successful, but they worked really hard and sacrificed so much to get there. So when I saw network marketing and I saw how simple it was, even though you had to work hard, I didn't believe it. I'm like, no, because you don't have to sacrifice as much as I think I have to sacrifice in order to be successful. So from my lens, it was always like, it seems like it works, but no, that's just not me, because it's not the same type of work I'm familiar with.
So it all changed, and we'll just kind of light speed you up to where we're at. It all changed with one thing, and that was when one of my very best friends had a health scare. She had to drop 40 pounds, and I knew I had delivered her pounds. And I said, just take this, I can coach you. Scott's doing training, he's launching these gyms, but I can coach you on the nutrition side. I'm not a nutritionist, but I know this stuff works. And she lost it. And she's like, Laura, this really was a lifesaver for me. I want to, we're giving it to our kids. Like, let's learn more about it. Come to an Isogenics University with me. This is June of 2014 in Seattle. It's like, all right, fun girls weekend, let's go. When I was in a room and I saw all of you learning all of your stories, seeing that it wasn't the same way that I was approached, which is like, are you ready now? Are you ready now? You can go on this trip with us. I'm like, I don't want to go on a trip with all those people. Now I'm like, let's go on a trip. It's like, it was just different. But until I had that very personal experience, and we're going to talk about this now, that one thing that's going to shift your lens, that's going to help shift other people's lenses. What's that one word?
It's been said today.
Belief. Belief. And that road to belief is going to be different for every single person. So everybody that was amazing today speaking so far, you might resonate with us. You might resonate with just one little thing. You might resonate with a video. We're all experiencing this very differently, but we're all building the belief today, and that's why you're here. So how do you do that? So for me, it was having that personal situation, getting to a room full like an Isogenics University. Let's talk about how you build belief. The number one is facing it.
Facing it head on, which is, for us, one of our very high upline members always said to us, you guys will never truly understand network marketing and believe in it until you teach it. And we're like, we actually messaged them this morning. We're like, hey, we're finally teaching it. And it's been a big struggle. So what did we have to do? We had to immerse ourselves into network marketing to start to understand, what is network marketing about? How does it work? What are the benefits to it? And it kind of started as we start to learn more and more and look up more about the company itself and what was their true vision of what they want to be. I mean, the largest health and wellness company in the world. I mean, that's a pretty substantial statement to make. The business side of what network marketing is, a $182 billion business right now. It's a business that's continually growing. I actually thought, I listened to one of the Chris Harder videos that was done with Trisha here, and he talked about how, the music industry is $62 billion. Music is $62 billion, movies are $62 billion. movies or music is $16 billion. Like, those are huge industries. And the fact that it's $100 billion bigger industry says that, this is a good industry to be in. So we started learning more about that. We started looking at the tools that are in the back office, getting more information about how it all works. And it kind of realized that even how we were running our own business, our gyms, was really kind of through a social networking idea, because we don't advertise at Pearl Street Fitness. It's all done through word of mouth and experiences. Kind of sounds like network marketing. Maybe I'll start giving rebates. So again, facing it head on, which was for us to say, we are network marketers. And that was such a hard pill to swallow. Such a hard pill. As you heard from even some of the other speakers here today, it's not something that someone goes into believing right off the bat, but it's building the understanding of what it is, what it can do, and what it can afford you to do, is when you start to change your belief.
So if you want to take your business at a little bit of a light year speed ahead, one of the big things to do is just recognizing that wherever you hesitate, for us it was this. Maybe you're just hesitating on the price. Maybe you're just hesitating on signing up for autoship, getting a social security number, whatever it is, wherever you're hesitating, you have to face head on, like this. You have to step into that level of uncertainty and be like, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to crush it by starting to face it and talk about it. Because I bet some of you, because I used to be in there in the audience, holding my two hands up saying I was a 10, and I was not a 10. So if you're truly not a 10 and you're lying to yourself, then you're not admitting it to yourself. And that's going to hold you back. Or you're going to do what I did, enroll so many people, right? Because then suddenly I got so much belief in the products. We're number 2 worldwide last year in enrollment. Because I had so much belief in the products, but we did such a disservice. We did not share network marketing. So although, yeah, that's great, getting, number 2 in action, whatever, awards, but if we're not doing this other half of our responsibility at Isogenics, as being part of this one team and sharing this incredible opportunity, we're doing the world a disservice by not being a 10. So I ignored it. So you can either not admit it to yourself, or you could do it like when you get a bill that you don't like and you stuff it in a drawer. Okay? It doesn't go away, it's because it's stuffed in a drawer. Okay, same thing here. You can't just stuff this other side. Where's this other side? It's called business. You can't stuff it in a drawer. So truly acknowledge what number you're at, and it's okay to be a 7. It's okay to be a 2. It's okay just as long as you recognize what number you're at honestly for yourself. And then do whatever you need to do to learn all the stories that you can. Okay, I can't wait to hear what Lauren has to say, because I've been watching her skyrocket with the comp plan. And she's pushed me into that next thing. When we did our Wednesday nights together, and I was like, I've never trained on the comp plan. Like, I don't know how to train on U+2, them +2, the most simplest business model there is. She's like, you're doing it. So you have to push, you have to face it head on. So learn as many stories, connect with other people, knowledge and logic. So the next thing is your logical mind, your mind that's like, it can't be that easy. Laura, it can't be that easy. Right, I want to explain what happened when we were at the Healthy Mind and Body in LA. We're sitting on the beach.
So we were invited out to do the Healthy Mind and Body as its testing before they launched it with Isogenics. And we were sitting there after the seminar, and it was just so impactful for us. And we were sitting out on the beach and being like, wow, look at what this lifestyle truly does for us. And then all of a sudden we get a phone call and one of the toilets are backed up at the gym. And we're sitting there and I'm looking at Laura and she's looking at me and she's like, this is exactly what we don't want. It's having that feeling of being so tied all the time to something. And we want to live like we're on vacation. Yes, we want to work hard, and working hard is part of our DNA, but to be able to work hard whenever, wherever, however you want, is such an amazing feeling. It gives me goosebumps. Because again, for me, it was such an identity shift, because I grew up where, no, you had to sacrifice the hours to be at the store instead of spending time coming to my baseball games. Right? My parents never came to any of my sporting events because they were always trying to provide me with something more than they had. So they thought that was the best way to do it. And to this day, it just killed me. So one of our biggest commitments to each other and to our children was to be there for those little moments. To be there for those moments that are when our kids are up at bat, they can look into the stands and be like, hey, there's mom and dad. Like, they're here for me. They're supporting me. Even though my parents were supporting me, but I felt alone. And I never wanted to feel that with my children. So here we are sitting on the beach and going, wow, here's an opportunity for us to live exactly the way we are. Maybe we should give this network marketing thing a big chance. And it was that day that really started to shift our mindset and our lenses to be like, all right, we can do this. We actually can be those people and be confident about that. So we went in a completely reverse role where, here we are now, Team Isogenics members, named some of the 13 ambassadors. I mean, when you would have told us this a couple of years ago, we'd have been like, no, that's not us. And yet now we've been able to embrace it and kind of take our walls down and our barriers down. And now, again, we were put on here to help people. That's the beauty of it. We enjoy helping people. That's why I opened up gyms. I didn't open up a gym because I thought I was going to make millions of dollars. I wanted to inspire people to be better. So here's an opportunity now that I get to inspire more people outside my gym walls. And then they get to, and then now we're teaching them how you inspire people. Because no one in this room is any different than any of us up here. Right? We all put our pants on the same exact way. The only thing is we're changing our belief. We're changing our belief about this whole industry, and it has exploded our business because of it. Here we thought we were successful last year because we were number 2 in the world, because we enrolled a shit ton of people. And it was easy. Why? Because we believe in the product. That's simple. I mean, since we started putting this stuff in our bodies have reacted in ways that were beyond what we ever expected. So that's easy. Yet we could not get out of our own way when it came to how do you actually build business builders. So if you can, again, start shifting that mindset, start shifting that belief, and it's an overall theme of the day, right? Belief. Your posture, how you hold yourself, how you talk about it. We could not talk about it. I mean, to the point where it was like...
It's like holding our breath.
Oh my God, I felt like I was being choked. It scared us. It scared us.
So, notifications coming on his phone, toilets backed up at our Wash Park location. At the same time, I'm looking at my Isopulse being like, hey, we just made another $54. and another, and hey, give kudos. So what's going on with so-and-so on your team? Like, it was, oh my gosh, we could work with our same amazing employees, team, and be impacted so many more people. So many more people. So face it head on, realize what you truly want, get the number right, and build whatever you need to build to get to a 10. The next thing is experience it yourself. Get yourself to these events. Kudos to you guys for spending time with us on a Saturday. Get to an Isogenics University. Come with us to Newark. Come with us to Chicago. Definitely have your tickets for Celebration. Just to build your belief. Just to meet the people that are outside your initial circle or your team that are unlike you, going across stage being like, oh my goodness, they're doing it and they're nothing like me. They're doing it and they're very similar to me. That will build so much belief. That changed it. I mean, that changed it night and day for so many people. Get to an event. How you hold yourself. Okay, so, the whole thing when you guys looked at each other in the eyes and energies and all that's being transferred, what are you oozing? If you're truly not at a 10, you're not oozing, join my team. People want to follow people who know where they're going. I love the quote that if you don't know where you're going to end up somewhere know where you're going. And the day that you decide, I'm going to build my belief, I'm going to do these things, I'm going to get to an event, I'm going to find as many stories today in this room as possible, so I'm comfortable with network marketing. I am a network marketer. As soon as you get into that role, you are oozing it. Because your power, your true power to attract other people to do the business with you is in everything. It's in everything you're not saying to them. I'm going to repeat that because it's that important. Your true power is not in what you say. We can't stand up here. We're all given the same amazing isogenics tools. We're all given the multi-million-dollar platforms and training tools and scripts and U+2s and everything that we are hand-delivered on a silver platter saying, my opportunity is the same as your opportunity, it's the same as your opportunity, it's a level playing field. We all have the same opportunity. So what's the difference in the people that are working it, successful, and ultra mega successful? It's that one thing. It's belief. And when our last event, we had Laura Stevens up here, and it was so much fun having her. And yay, we're so excited when she became our 173rd millionaire this week.
Yeah. 2 years.
So exciting, but what's most exciting to me was she was like, Laura, I don't know, just Google, not to executive. I don't know what she's like, it wasn't a structure. Just Google it. Give them 180 days. Tell them it doesn't start with, just don't tell them to go get 2 people. Tell them it starts with 2 people. That's where it starts. But what is she oozing? She's oozing belief in everything she's not saying. She was like, I'm going there. Who wants to come with me? Hey, if you don't, just you're in my way right now because this is where I'm going. I need to prove it to my husband, and he's on board, and now we're doing it together, and all these things. And she is, to me, that's how I built my belief to be like, I'm a network marketer. Oh my God, Laura's doing it. She's Laura S. We're all LS squared, triple. We're like, I can do it too. And that's all it takes. You have to be the model of inspiration and the example of what's possible for everybody to follow you. You do it first. So what are you oozing? I want you to really ask yourself. If you're a 10, when I wasn't a 10 until today, even yesterday, I remember sitting around on steps. I'm like, I think I'm still a 9.5. Right. I'm going to be honest. Because then I'm oozing only 9.5. Who wants to come with me? Okay? I love Lauren's example. If Scott were to ask me to marry him 20 years ago, 20 years ago we met, 15 years ago, and I wasn't 100%. I was like, yeah, I'm a 9.5, I'll marry you. That doesn't work. You have to be believable. So 93% of your body language and tone of voice is that nonverbal communication. Only 7% of your words matter. 7% of all communication are your words. So if you're only getting 7% closing rate of all your sales, it's because you're not working on the other 93%. If you want to up your rate, get 93%, get to a 10. That's all you have to do. And then all the hows, all the templates, all the things that Isogenics gives you will fall into place. So that's all you have to do. Once you have it, that's our last slide. Good? Sweet. Always go over. Oh, how do you transfer it? Okay, so now you have it. You get it. You get the belief.
This is really important right here, guys. You want to write this down. This is super, uber important.
So if you know your one missing thing in all these categories, that's why we're training today on all the belief in all the main areas. I love that analogy that Trisha brought up. If you believe more in the products than yourself, where's the disconnect? Get into the healthy mind and body. Get into all these development programs. Once you build the belief, then you pass it. This is all this business is. You build your own belief. how people think and all the, like that brain science is what it is. But the thoughts that you initially attract come from your belief. Then you attract the right thoughts. Then all this happens. So when you have the belief, how do you share that? How do you send my belief into your body? Luckily, Isogenics gives us these amazing tools. There's the feel, felt, found method. And this is why it works so well with any hesitation that you need to face dead on today. So I want you guys to all think about what is the one thing that I'm hesitating on and how can I apply this? Number one, feel. Okay, let's just say, since our segment's on network marketing, I approach someone. I think you should really do this. This is amazing.
No, I don't quite understand this all.
I understand how you feel, Scott. What did I just do?
Align yourself.
Validate. Give the person significance. It's the number one thing. Validate. People need significance. It's one of our basic emotional needs. You're also aligning with them immediately, because what you don't want to do that's so difficult, when any of you hit an objection, a hesitation, a skepticism in this business, what immediately typically happens is you create a power struggle. And whoever is more certain wins. Okay? Ron Harrison taught us that. Certainty is the key. Whoever is more certain will win the conversation. Certainty stems from your belief. The more certain you are, the more believable you'll be. But let's just say, Scott, I totally understand how you feel. What does that do? Suddenly, instead of him trying to beat me up, his certainty, and me trying to be like, no, I'm more certain than you, the power struggle, we align. We are like this. It's like kind of like when we taught kids for years. We're like, we don't want to go down to kids' levels. We want to lift them up. How do you get humans on that same level? Right? How do you get humans on the same level? First, you got to give them significance, and you got to align with wherever they're at. So let's get in price objection, anything. I understand how you feel. That's always your first sentence. Okay, I'm at the lacrosse field, struggling mom on the side, exhausted, no energy. My first thing when I even see a need, I understand how you feel. Make that immediate alignment, and you start building the trust, which happens next. Either if you have a personal story or you know of a personal story, this is why you have to get to events and talk to every single person in Isogenics, because all you should be is a master storyteller. That's all you have to do to transfer belief, is that you now fill in a story that relates to them. So the second thing is building trust. My friend felt the same way. She's crazy. She used to ship the boxes to her house. Pull the brochures out. Like she thought it was a total scam. So you can use my story now. You can use anyone's stories. That's why at any break today you have to just meet 10 people you don't know and learn each other's stories. That was my story. You could just learn a story. Maybe it's your personal story. Oh my gosh, I used to feel the same way. You know, 3 kids, 3 gyms, I used to be exhausted all the time. I totally know how you feel. I felt like that was just the way you were supposed to feel. Like that woman who spoke earlier. But, you know, I'm 40 years old. I'm supposed to be exhausted. I'm supposed to look like this. My Isogenics ambassador. I'm supposed to be exhausted. No, I felt the same way. Or I know someone who felt the same way. That's it. That's all you have to do. This is how you're going to make it. Build the trust. Okay, so you align. You're now at the same level with them. You're building the trust by sharing a story that also inserts belief and vision in their world. It doesn't have to be, I know we talked a lot about our story today because we wanted to infuse our story in you guys to show you, like, no, you know, you could be even the biggest skeptic. But you need to build that trust through a story that they can relate to. So if they have if it's a network marketing thing, talk about a network marketing story. Know a couple different stories. Someone who just is paying that to, most people just want to, like $400 a month would change their lives. We don't start swinging the pendulum talking about millions of dollars and thousands of dollars. Just a couple $100. What value would that bring? So I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Build the trust, share the story. But then my friend found this. And you swing the pendulum from the negative emotion. So you're aligning with them, then you're saying, we felt that this was a total scam. There's just no way that it could be simple. There was no way that we could build a team and affect all these lives around the world without working so hard within our gym walls. That's how we felt. But then we found this was a better way. We could be on the beach making money, my ultimate dream. So you found, and then you share the story. So this is all this. It's all it is. It's a feel, felt, found story share. And share the story that's relevant to their need, or they will connect with you. That's it. This is it. This is the whole business plan. Share the story, and then here's my little Lauraism at the end that I love training on. Then at the end, so I add, and you will find. You feel the same way. We felt this, but then we found that. You insert the new thing, and now I flip it totally into their shoes, where I paint their vision. And I know, or I talk in high expectation. I know, although you might be skeptical now, you will find that this is an incredible opportunity. And you will find that skeptics like you and me will turn into the biggest believers. Because when that pendulum swings from one side, versus the people that are like, yeah, right from the beginning, their pendulum's not going to swing. But total skeptics, I know you will find, just like me, when it swings, it's going to swing so hard into the other direction that you will be an unstoppable, powerful force and change thousands of people's lives in this world. I know you will. So end with the you will find, plant that seed, and that is why we are now so proud to be network marketers, because I know that you will, I will, we will, as one team, impact so many people.
Just one more thing, so don't forget the beauty of network marketing, right? You get paid for what you're worth. You know, you see this a lot. You know, we've been fortunate enough never to really work in corporate America, so we've always been paid what we deserve because of the effort we put in. However, you see a lot of times in corporations where people aren't necessarily paid what they're deserving of, right? Because they're working for part of the system. Here, you get paid directly for what you're worth. What you give to other people and what then they give to other people gets paid back to you 10 times. And it's beautiful because you get to help people. You helping people helps yourself. And then that's what you find when everyone's up here talking about the same exact thing. It's about the power of helping others. And it's so amazingly powerful for you, for them, for someone you might not even know. Again, when you start getting your downlines and people coming up to you and be like, you have influenced me so much. I have. You know, because you don't even know them. But because of what you're talking about and how you're leading, you don't know how you're ever going to inspire someone. And everyone out there is again, looking for just that little bit of recognition and that friendship that Trisha was just talking about. Like becoming friends. We're not selling stuff to people. I don't sell anything. I link arms with people and create a powerhouse team. Right? But I'm not selling shit. Otherwise I'd be out on the street corner texting like anyone else. That's not what it's here. It's not what it's about. Right? It's about opportunity. It's about awakening people. I love that. Awakening them, their inner beasts. Like giving everyone the opportunity to be paid for what they deserve. for what you want. You want to pay for a car? Sure. That's what we did for 4 years. We're like, oh, it's paying for a car payment. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And then we're like, wait, we can actually do more with this. And now it's become the freedom that we never thought was possible. So again, it starts with, go ahead and say it, believe. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am a network marketer. If you can do that, you're getting the 10.
Soft spot in my heart for this next woman. She's had such an impact on me here in Denver and really pushing me to go to the next limit. And I'm so excited as I've seen her just rocket in the last year. 5-star Golden Circle, 5-star Crystal Executive, just for 5-star at the Welcome Home trip this past week with her team. Was that just last week? I mean, it's been such a whirlwind. How many put this together? But seriously, you will find her story today very inspiring because she has an unbelievable gift of just seeing pain points in people, recognizing it because someone was an angel for her and helped her. And now she's the same thing and she's bringing that to so many people and helping so many people break through. So I have a real pleasure and honor in bringing up my friend, Lauren Sims.
Started it, guys.
So much you guys have to fill it in right now.
I'll be right back.